Good morning, it's the 20th of November and welcome to BFM's Morning Headlines. I'm Sharaad Kuttan, if you don't know already. We're going to look at the newspapers this morning. A range of issues came up, but of course the most important issue was the announcement of the Selangor budget yesterday, and that's not reflected heavily in our newspapers, except for Sinar Harian. It says budget catat sejarah, which means historic budget because of the price tag, 1.85 billion. It also gives many pages, 4 or 5 pages inside, to many stories on the budget, and that's pretty good because it isn't doing the public a tremendous favor. The other newspapers do have the story often shrunk, or in some instances not at all. NST and the Star don't cover the budget at all. Surprising, and I think in some ways deeply irresponsible. But there you have it. You also have Utusan Malaysia and Berita Harian both running with stories that just talk about politics. There you have PAS Ancam DAP, which means PAS threatens DAP in Penang, and Berita Harian that sums up some of the problems in the Pakatan Rakyat governments allegedly in Penang and in Selangor. In Selangor, Azman Ali is number 2 in the PKR. He apparently is criticizing and continues to criticize the Menteri Besar of Selangor. And in Penang, that story about PAS being unhappy in the coalition. They don't cover the budget at all. Malaysian Reserve does have a side story on its front page about the budget. Selangor records budget 1.9 billion. Again, some of the key areas of that budget that you can read in, say, the Sun newspaper. The Sun does carry a story on the budget inside. It's a quick summation of the main points of the budget, including the fact that some 150 million are going to be spent on the Third Klang Bridge, and so on and so forth. Affordable homes will get 100 million. Now, this man, of course, you know, he's Ibrahim Ali. He was charged with contempt of court. He's happy perhaps because he only spent a day in jail, or was sentenced to a day in jail with a 20,000 ringgit fine. The man who wrote the article that allegedly impugned the integrity of a judge in a particular case, he was sentenced to 4 weeks in jail. Now, what is this story about? Well, it's that old story that keeps running on, that AmBank's trial is going to begin with the charging of the guard. Is this an open and shut case? This is going to be an interesting trial. I seriously doubt it, but there it is. The Malay Mail also misses the budget on its front pages, and it goes for a now rather tired story about baby Freddie, but here we have CCTV grabs. More importantly, they give 2 pages, 2 and 3, to the story of the rake hike in Kuala Lumpur. It has 2 former mayors of Kuala Lumpur weighing in very critically on the decision by DBKL to raise hikes. So that's an interesting story to read. The new Straits Times has a story on passport control. Again, the question of immigration officers at our borders being perhaps either duped into or colluding with syndicates to bring in foreign workers. The other side, you can see the Prime Minister who was in Bangladesh recently. Interestingly, what the mainstream papers do is they highlight a claim by the Pakatan Rakyat during the general elections that there were tens of thousands of Bangladeshis who voted fraudulently in that election. They highlight that rather than all the good stuff that actually happened during that visit, including the building of a hospital. The Star, as you notice, doesn't carry anything on the budget and looks at storms that are coming our way this season and preparations for that. Is that important? I'm not quite sure. Yes, I guess. But still, the Selangor budget, major omission. Villa Nabila, tired, stupid story about spooks and spooky places. It turns out the young man in question who went missing didn't get sucked up in some sort of wormhole or black hole. He just forgot to tell his mother he was going out, spending the night with his friends. Again, why did the papers give so much attention to these stories? I don't know. Other stories on the front pages includes the fact that Dr. Mahathir is responding well to treatment at the IHAN. So Ibrahim Ali, he's somebody that creates good copy even though his politics might be bad. If you want to know more about the man, here it is, middle pages of the Malay Mail, an opinion piece. And the title says it all: insufferable, unsinkable Ibrahim Ali. And the phrase of the day is, Mana ada hantu. That's Sinar Harian. Mana Ada Hantu. That's all we have for you this morning. It's been BFM's Morning Headlines with me, Sharaad Kuttan, BFM 89.9.